Welcome to the marketing session with today's topic, conditions. You remember in the last video we were speaking about price and pricing. In many people's mind, price is a very powerful marketing instrument. But never forget the conditions. And today we would have a look on the conditions. When we speak in business life about conditions, we speak normally about two kinds of conditions. The first are the terms of payment and the second are the delivery terms. When we start with the terms of payment, there is one key question. What are the payment terms in your industry? In your country, maybe? Do you have cash and carry? That means if I pick it up, I have to pay immediately. Or can you pay on receipt of the invoice? That means the supplier will send the invoice, and when you get the invoice, the customer has to pay. It's very common in Europe for B2B, business to business relationship. Or do you have to pay in advance? That means you have to pay 100% of the amount of the invoice in advance before producing the products to the supplier. Or do you have a system like in machinery industry is very often that you have a on account payment. That means you pay, for example, 50% of the amount of the invoice when ordering the machine, and you pay the rest 50% when you get the machine delivered from the supplier. Or do you also have a system called cash discount? It's very common in some European countries. That means if you pay immediately by cash, the supplier will give 2 or 3% of rebate to the customer because he has the cash immediately and doesn't have to wait 1 or 2 weeks to get the money by a bank transfer. These are the key questions. This is different from each industry and from each country or continent to continent. Why is it important to know this? Because payment terms or terms of payment sometimes you can use as a benefit for the customer. When you have negotiations, price negotiations with the customer, he is not satisfied with the price. He said, oh, it's too expensive. Normally people go and give a rebate. That's not the way it should go. Think about what I said also in the last. There are other components, not only the price, tools where you can adjust, and therefore try to adjust the terms of payment. For example, if it's possible, if it's a benefit for him, tell him he can pay later, but only if he's creditworthy, if he's a person having capital and is able to pay you later on. That's very important to notice. Maybe it's an advantage for him to pay later, and for you it's not such a big loss like to give him some percent of rebate immediately. Let's come to the kind of payment terms. If we speak about payment terms, there are two instruments which are very famous. One is discount and one is rebate. If we speak about discounts, this normally means a quantity discount. If I buy as a customer higher quantity, I get a better price per unit. And this is called quantity discount. Sometimes the supplier says, if you take a higher, bigger package of this, you get a better price. The second part, or the second kind of payment terms instrument is the rebate. And the rebate is normally a loyalty rebate. That means if you are a loyal customer buying the whole year with the same supplier, you get, depending on the turnover the supplier made with you as a customer, you get a cashback system. That means you get some money back, or you get bonus for the next year's turnover. These are the two well-known discount and rebate instruments within the payment terms. Let's come to the delivery terms. The delivery terms this is the case if you have to transport the goods you produce from your company, from your family business company to customer's house, to customer's company, to customer's shop. And normally the question is, who has to pay it? Who has to pay for it? It is time, and it is also with a bike or with a car, with a truck, with a lorry. It depends what kind of transportation you have to choose for your products. It is cost, and therefore you have to speak with your supplier, with your customer in advance, who has to pay for it, because it's not always the case that the customer has to pay it or the supplier has to pay it. It is bargaining, and therefore also use this when you have price negotiations. Speak with the customer and maybe said, okay, you said it's too expensive, the price is too high for you. Let's speak about transportation. This price is with transportation. If we do not transport the goods from our house, from our company to your house, then you get a better price, but you have to pay for the transportation, or you have to pick it up by yourself. You see, in this case, use the terms of payment and the terms of delivery as an argument in price negotiation. It's a benefit for the customer. You have to show him the benefit, and you have him also to show the disadvantages. And that is what I wanted to show you today, the conditions as a marketing mix instrument or a tool in the whole package, in the whole offer of product and service within the marketing mix model. The influence from conditions on the other marketing mix instrument is clear in hand. You can see it in the communication. If you have free transportation, communicate this to the customer. It's a benefit for the customer. He has to know it, because then you have also in the personal sales maybe the possibility, if he says it's too expensive, to say we do not deliver free, we have to quote it, and then you have a better price. Same in the distribution. It depends what kind of terms of payment you have. It has an impact on the administration within the distribution or on the transport. I hope it was clear for you to see the impact of conditions and on the marketing mix system, and wish you good success with conditions in bargaining for you or for your mentees, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video about the other marketing mix instrument. Thank you very much. Goodbye.